Hey guys, Seiben here bringing you more Magic the Gathering stuff. So we all probably knew about the new Duel Decks Wizards of the Coast was formulating called Zendikar vs Eldrazi. Obviously this is a nod to the upcoming block in which Zendikar and its fight against the Eldrazi will be the main focus of the story. Now we don't have full deck lists just yet, but they have released a packaging which displays the two decks' signature cards. These face cards are like the symbols of these decks and basically set the theme for the confrontation we'll see in the battle for Zendikar. For the Zendikar deck, we get Avenger of Zendikar, and fighting for the Eldrazi, we have the brand new Oblivion Sower. Avenger of Zendikar is a 5/5 elemental for 5 colorless and double green mana. When it comes into play, you put a 0/1 plant token onto the battlefield for each land you control. Avenger of Zendikar also has Landfall. Whenever a land enters play under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each plant token you control. Now, Avenger of Zendikar is not a new card. Although it is very fitting for the theme of this dual deck, I would have really enjoyed seeing a new creature fighting for Zendikar here. The Avenger is from the WOTC set, which is the middle set from the original Zendikar block. It may not be a new card, but like I said, it really goes well with the theme they're setting up, and I love this new artwork they gave it. Just look at it, it's beautiful with its brand new Hedron head, a stark upgrade from the pile of rocks it used to sport. In the opposite corner for this dual deck, we have Oblivion Sower. Oblivion Sower is a 5/8 Eldrazi for 6 colorless mana. When you cast this creature, target opponent exiles the top 4 cards of their library. Then you may put any number of land cards that player owns from exile onto the battlefield under your control. Now for the first new Eldrazi we get to see from this set, I believe Oblivion Sower is just fantastic. As you can see from its art, it's obviously a spawn of Ulamog, which helps confirm that the only Eldrazi we'll face in the battle for Zendikar is likely to be Ulamog. Now as a card, I think Oblivion Sower answers a big question a lot of us had. What mechanic will the Eldrazi have for this block? Wizards of the Coast had already stated that the Eldrazi's iconic ability, Annihilator, wouldn't be making a return, so a lot of us really wanted to know how they would replace it. It looks like Oblivion Sower's ability doesn't have a keyword tied to it, so we can't say for sure if other Eldrazi will share a similar effect. This could just be a cool ability which we'll see only in Oblivion Sower, meaning the other Eldrazi will probably do something different. But who knows, this could just be the mechanic for all Eldrazi and it kinda makes sense. We're likely to see a reprint of Ulamog somewhere in this block, and if you recall, Ulamog's original card cost a staggering 11 mana to cast. Back in the original Zendikar sets, the Eldrazi spawning cards allowed you to sacrifice them in order to reach that ridiculous cost. But if the ability of Oblivion Sower becomes the new Eldrazi norm, we'll have a new way of reaching Ulamog's expected insane cost. Right now I really don't know what to make of it. It sounds really overpowered to have a whole tribal race of cards who basically steal lands from your opponent's deck. Now of course not all Eldrazi will probably do this, but if some of the medium cost cards allow you to ramp up in this way, it may be very destructive. Just look at the dynamic and themes of these two decks. The Zendikar deck will likely focus around mana sources, landfall abilities, and turning your lands into creatures, while the Eldrazi deck seems to be focusing around maybe mana destruction or stealing or in some way disrupting a player's mana sources. It's literally telling the story of Zendikar in this dual deck. The plane of Zendikar is focusing its mana into forms to fend off the Eldrazi, while the spawn of Ulamog are consuming what mana they can. Pure lore genius. In all, this dual deck is probably the first one of its type to really get me interested, and I'll be buying one when it becomes available on the 28th of August. I'll be bringing you an analysis of the cards as they're released and bring you my box when I get it, so stay tuned to see what you can expect from Zendikar vs Eldrazi. So that's it for this video guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. It really goes a long way in supporting future content. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.